Children and parents training in the same class. So, my thoughts. What are you training for? If you're training purely for the art, so you're training for the sake of the art, just to keep the art alive, then that's great. And I think the more things we can do as a unit with people, the more social interaction we get, and the more things you can do as parent and child, the better. I think it helps the bond. If you're training for legitimate self-defense, then no, I'm against it, and here's why. Two 8-year-olds having a fight on the playground is going to be very, very different from two 29-year-olds having a fight outside a pub. It's not the same thing, and because it's got a very different setup, it's a different biology to how the fight's going to start. Therefore, it needs a different type of result. It needs a different resolution to it. So, I cannot train 8-year-old kids to go, fucking stay where you are, you cunt. That's not going to go well. The schools are going to have problems with me doing that. Outside a pub, that's exactly what will work. So, because violence is not one size fits all, because a fight is not a fight right across the board, two 8-year-olds will have a different fight than two 15-year-olds will. Two 50-year-olds will have a different fight than two 30-year-olds. Two 30-year-olds are going to have a different fight than two 60-year-olds. Because it's not the same right across the board, you can't have the same resolution right across the board. You can't have the same answer because they're completely different questions. So, children and parents training in the same class for the sake of the art, I'm all for. I think it's great. Children and parents training in the same class if they're saying this is legitimate self-defense that's going to keep us safe, no, because it's a different thing. They're going to have different environments that they're going to have their fights in. It's just a completely different setup, and it's going to call for a different answer. So, no, I'm not a fan of it.